Hey Commanders fans, the offseason is in full swing, and our Washington Commanders are looking to build on last season's incredible run to the NFC Championship. The front office is working hard to perfect this roster, and big moves could be on the horizon. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Commanders HQ so you never miss a breaking update. Let's get into it! With several key free agents hitting the market, Washington will need to be aggressive in free agency to maintain and improve their defense. One name that has been floated as a potential target is Kansas City Chiefs defensive back Justin Reid. Pro Football Network analyst Ben Rolfe believes Reid could be a perfect fit for the Commanders, bringing not just elite safety play, but also invaluable Super Bowl winning experience to a young and hungry squad. Safety does not stand out as the biggest need for the Washington Commanders, Rolfe writes. Still, with both Jeremy Chinn and Derek Forrest potentially heading to free agency, it is not a position that should be ignored. They may well look to bring back one of those two, and Chinn's versatility makes him an intriguing option to re-sign. Justin Reid's veteran presence and leadership should be on the Commanders' radar as they consider their options. When you look at the defensive backfield, only Marshawn Lattimore stands out as a veteran, but his hot-headed nature will make Dan Quinn wary about having him as a leadership voice. That is where Reid could elevate this team beyond his play on the field. We've seen how crucial veteran leadership is for teams trying to take that next step. Look at how the Eagles brought in guys like Hassan Reddick and Darius Slay to help build a championship-caliber defense. If Washington can lock in Justin Reid, he could be the missing piece that stabilizes the secondary and provides that championship mindset in big moments. If that wasn't exciting enough, there's even bigger news swirling around the Commanders. Reports are surfacing that Washington might make a massive move for Miami Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Bleacher Report's Mo Moton suggests that the Commanders should push all their chips in and make a blockbuster trade for Hill to pair him with Jayden Daniels. Miami may consider trading Hill for a combination of draft picks. Remember, the speedy wideout will turn 31 in March and plans to retire after the 2026 season, Moton explains. The Dolphins can move Hill before it's too late, and the Commanders could be a landing spot. Jayden Daniels put together one of the best rookie campaigns ever for a quarterback, and did it with one reliable wide receiver, Terry McLaurin. He could make strides from 2024 Offensive Rookie of the Year to an MVP candidate with an elite deep threat of Hill's caliber. Imagine this for a second. Jayden Daniels launching bombs to both Tyreek Hill and Terry McLaurin. That would immediately make Washington's offense one of the most explosive in the NFL. Defenses would have nightmares trying to cover two elite playmakers, and Daniels would have an even better chance to take that MVP leap in year 2. Of course, a trade for Hill wouldn't come cheap. The Dolphins are likely to demand multiple draft picks, and considering Washington is already working to improve its offensive line and defense, giving up too much draft capital could be risky. That being said, when you have a Super Bowl window open, sometimes you have to take the risk. Just look at how the Rams traded for Matthew Stafford, Von Miller, and Odell Beckham Jr. to win the Super Bowl in 2021. They were aggressive, and it paid off. The Eagles did the same when they signed Saquon Barkley this offseason. The Commanders have a rare opportunity right now. They have a young superstar quarterback still on his rookie deal. They have the cap space to make big moves, and they just got a taste of championship football with a trip to the NFC Championship game. If Washington wants to take that next step, adding a playmaker like Hill could be the move that puts them over the top. On the eve of Super Bowl 2025 in New Orleans, Athlon Sports caught up with Jayden Daniels, who was in town for a special cause. Partnering with USAA, Daniels helped surprise military veterans with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to attend the Super Bowl. While the focus of his trip was giving back to those who serve, the topic of free agency inevitably came up. When asked about his role in helping the Commanders' front office build a championship contender, Daniels kept it simple. "I don't know. That's why I don't make those decisions. That's why I leave it up to them." While Daniels might not be sitting in the war room with GM Adam Peters, his presence alone is already changing the way free agents view Washington. Having a dynamic franchise quarterback is a game changer, and with Washington's impressive 12-5 record last season and a trip to the NFC Championship game, the Commanders have officially arrived as a premier destination. According to Spotrac, Washington is heading into free agency with over $79.5 million in cap space, the third most in the entire NFL. That means the Commanders are in a prime position to add key pieces on both sides of the ball. There have already been rumors linking Washington to several top free agents, and with Jayden Daniels leading the charge, it wouldn't be surprising to see some big-name players make their way to the nation's capital. One of the biggest offseason questions is whether the Commanders will make a move for another elite wide receiver to pair with Terry McLaurin. While McLaurin has been a rock-solid WR1, adding another dynamic playmaker could elevate Washington's offense to another level. Names like T. Higgins, Mike Evans, and Deebo Samuel have been floated as potential targets. However, some analysts believe the Commanders should swing for the fences and try to trade for a superstar like Tyreek Hill. Adding an elite speedster alongside McLaurin would give Daniels the weapons to take another leap in his second NFL season. Daniels took the league by storm last season, putting together one of the most electric rookie campaigns in NFL history. But while his mobility and playmaking ability helped cover up some of Washington's weaknesses, there's still work to be done, especially on the offensive line. The Commanders gave up 47 sacks last season, which, while better than some teams, is still concerning. If Washington truly wants to protect its franchise quarterback, investing in the offensive line should be a priority. Whether it's through free agency or the NFL draft, adding another dominant offensive tackle would be a wise move. While a lot of focus has been on offense, let's not forget that the Commanders' defense played a huge role in last season's playoff run. Head coach Dan Quinn has brought a new energy to Washington, and now it's time to give him more weapons to work with. One potential free agent target that has been gaining traction is Kansas City Chiefs safety Justin Reid. With both Jeremy Chinn and Derek Forrest potentially heading to free agency, the safety position could become a priority. Reid, a two-time Super Bowl champion, would bring leadership, experience, and a winning mentality to Washington's secondary. Another big-name player linked to the Commanders? Defensive end Danielle Hunter. Adding a dominant edge rusher to pair with Jonathan Allen and Darren Payne could make Washington's front seven one of the scariest in the NFL. Commanders fans, this is where I turn it over to you. Do you think signing Justin Reid is the right move to solidify the defense? Would you be willing to trade draft picks for Tyreek Hill? Or should Washington focus on building through the draft? What's the biggest move you want to see the Commanders make this offseason? Let's get the conversation going in the comments. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Commanders HQ, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a breaking news update. This offseason is about to get crazy, and we'll be here for all of it. Hail to the Commanders!